Hi, my pretties. What's up? It's the Lion Queen here. So, welcome to episode 203 of Shadows and Pretties. So, I know the last one we talked about a TV show known as The Berenstain Bears, which was the last episode. So, today I would decide to review a different, TV show. This is an American sitcom, not really Adult Swim, but if you wanted to call it that, I think you can. I don't think it's an Adult Swim, but I could be wrong. And today we're going to be reviewing this TV show that ran from, January 12th, 1997 to September 13th, 2009. But on the final episode date, it says May 6th, 2010. So this is a sitcom, TV show called King of the Hill. Now, most of you guys who were around, the early 2000s and early 90s and that, should know what King of the Hill is. And I mean, this show had ran for like 13 years, and then finally it stopped running after 13 years of airing. So I'm not going to go through every single episode or anything, like the plot and all that, because it'd be too long. But King of the Hill is basically set in a fictional town of Ireland, Texas. The show centers on the Hill family, headed by ever-responsible, hardworking, loyal, disciplined, and honest propane accessory salesman named Hank Hill. The punning title refers to Hank as the head of the family, as well as metaphorically to the children's game King of the Hill. But of course, Hank is employed as the assistant manager at Strickland Propane, selling propane tank and propane accessories, with the frequent catchphrase, propane and propane accessories. He often finds his traditional constant values challenged by his challenging world around him. Of course, he got his wife Peggy Hill. He's got who is a native of Montana, and a substitute Spanish teacher. Although she does have a poor grasp of the language. Peggy also does find employment and a vocation as a freelance newspaper columnist for the Ireland Bystander as Boogle Champion. Of course, they have their only child named Bobby Hill, who is a student at Tom Landry Middle School. Of course, throughout the series, Peggy's naive and emotional niece, we have Luann Platter, who happens to be voiced by Brittany Murphy. The daughter of Peggy's scheming brother, Hoyt, who is voiced by Johnny Knoxville, and his alcoholic ex-wife, Leanne, I believe that's how you say it, who lives with the Hank Hill family. So Hank originally encourages her to move out, but over time, since she accepts as the member of the household. Luann attends a beauty school and hosts a Christian-themed puppet show for a local cable access TV station. Luann later engages a relationship and later marries Leroy or Lucky, who is voiced by Tom Petty, a snaggle-toothed layabout who lives on settlements as he earned from a frivolous lawsuit. Hank eventually has a healthy relationship with his mother Tilly, a kind woman who lives in Arizona. Hank at first, gets uncomfortable with his mom dating Gary Keisner, a Jewish man, but he eventually warms up to Gary as the relationship progressed. So basically, I'm just giving a little bit of a serious obnoxious. So the conception of this, it was during sometime in 1995, during the successful first run of Beavis and Butthead. Mike Judge decided to create another animated series, this time only one set in a town in Texas, in a amalgam of Dallas suburbs, including Garland, where he had lived, and Richardson. And Judge eventually conceived the idea for the main characters to write a plot. So they unfortunately had facing cancellation issues, during the 13th season episode Lucky See Monkey Do, which it became the first episode of the series to be produced in a widescreen High Definition, which aired around February 8th of 2009. So, unfortunately, I don't think this is on TV anymore. I could be wrong, however. But, yeah, if it is wrong, please let me know in the comments below. Now, King of the Hill started making, seasons 1, which has 12 episodes from 1996 to 1997. And it started premiering in January 12th of 1997, which is the very first episode of King of the Hill. Of course, season 2 went from 1997 to 1998. Third season eventually started airing in 1998 to 1999. And then we get to the fourth season, which was around from 1999 to 2000. And we also have season 5, which aired from 2000 to 2001. Season 6 took place, well, not really took place, but kind of like aired, and they started working on that from 2001 to 2002. We also have season 7, which ran from 2002 to 2003. So season 8 came around 2003 to 2004, followed by season 9, which started around 2004 to 2005. Season 10 had its run from 2005 to 2006. Season 11 went around from 2006 to 2007. The 12th season aired around 2007 to 2008, and the final season was around from 2008 to 2009. So, season 1 had a total of 12 episodes, while season 2 had 23 episodes. Season 3 had around 25 episodes, followed by season 4, which ended up with 24 episodes. Season 5 has 20 episodes. 22 episodes were also in season 6. The same could be said for season 8 and season 12. However, though, season 7 had 23 episodes, while season 9 had 15, as well as season 10. Season 11 had 12, and the final season had 24 episodes. So the opening sequence is pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a really good series for what it is. It does have a really good concept for how it will all went out, as well as a good concept and stuff. So, anyways, with that being said, and with that being the case, the first complete season of King of the Hill was released in the early 2000s and all that, and even continued on more and more. So there is a video game for King of the Hill that was based on the series on November 13th, 2000 for the PC. It's basically when the player goes on a hunting trip with Hank and the gang, where the player must hunt for various animals. It's pretty interesting. I've never played it, but I heard it is. So they got a lot of great stuff going on with King of the Hill, especially with the whole, TV show. It was popular back then. So the characters of King of the Hill, I'm going to be listing a couple. We all know the main character is Hank Hill, as well as Peggy Hill, Bobby. We also have Dale Alvin Gribble, a.k.a. Rusty Shackleford. We also have Sergeant William, a.k.a. Bill, who happens to be a divorced, clinically depressed neighbor. Dale Alvin Gribble, which happens to be Hill's chain-smoking neighbor. We also have Jeffrey Dexter, who happens to be a slim blonde ladies' man. We also have Luann, and who is, Hill's college niece, daughter of Peggy's scheming fraternal twin brother Hoyt. We do also have other characters like Colonel Cotton Lendell Hill. We do have Good Hank Jeffrey. We do have Matilda. we do have a lot of other characters that, plays a really good part. I really do think that the characters honestly did pretty good for this. So I'm not going to go through the plot of every single episode, but I will state that there are episodes such as The Pilot, Square Peg, The Order of the Straight Arrow, Hank's Got the Willies, Luann's Saga, Hank's Undementable Problem, West East Side Story, Shins of Father, Peggy and the Boogle Camp, Keeping Up with Our Jones, King of the Anthill, and The Plastic White Female, and that's for the first season. Second season has episodes that are How to Fire a Rifle Without Really Trying, Texas City Twister, Arrowhead, Halloween, Jumping Crack Bass, It's a Gas, 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 Husky Bobby, The Man Who Shot Kane Strogelberg, The Son That Got Away, The Company Man, Bobby Slam, The Unbearable Blindness of Laying, Meet the Manager Babies, Snow Job, I Remember Mono, Free Days of Kanodo, Traffic Jam, Hank's Dirty Laundry, The Final Shin Suit, Leanne's Saga, Junkie Business, Life in the First Fast Lane, Bobby's Saga, Peggy's Turtle Song, and Propane Bomb Part 1. So we also have season 3, which have episodes included Propane Boom 2, Death of the Propane Salesman Part 2, and they call it Bobby Love, Peggy's Headache, Pregnant Pause, Next of the Shin, Peggy's Pageant Fever, 9 Pretty Darn Angry Man, Good Hill Running, Pretty Dresses, Firefighting We Will Go, To Spank with Love, Free Coaches and Bobby, Deconstructing Henry, The Wedding of Bobby Hill, Sight of Hank, John Vitte Presents Return to La Grunta, Escape from Party Island, Love Hurts, and So It Does Art, Hank's Cowboy Movie, Dog Dale Afternoon, Revenge of Lutefisk, Death in Texas, Wings of the Dope, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and Otis Hills Part 2. So, that's all the episodes for season 3. For season 4, we have episodes such as Peggy Hill, The Decline and the Fall Part 2, Cotton's Plot, Bills Are Made to Be Broken, Little Horse Shop, Aisle A8, 8A, A Beer Can Named Desire, Happy Thanksgiving, which is a Thanksgiving special, which I thought that was awesome, Not on My Black Back Hoe, To Kill a Ladybird, Helium, Old Glory, Rodeo Days, Dad Part 1, which is another, and then High Anxiety Part 2, Naked Ambition, Moving Up, Bill of Sales, Won't You Pemal Near Neighbor or something, How Hank's Bad Hair Day, Meet the Propandex, Nancy Boys, Flush with Power, Marshall Amusements presents Peggy's Magic, I'm not going to say it, but Magic Feet, I think we'll just put it. Peggy's Fanfare. So that will be for all the episodes for season 4. Season 5 episodes include The Prayers of Poiling, The Buck Stops There, I Don't Want to Wait for Our Lives to Be Over, I Want to Know Right Now It'll Be Sorry, do, blah, 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 Spin the Choice, Peggy Makes the Big Leagues, When Cotton Comes Marching Home, What Makes Bobby Run, 'Twas the Nuts Before Christmas, Chasing Bobby, Yankee Hanky, or something like that, Hank in the Great Glass Elevator, Now Who's the Dummy, Me, Oh Ho Yeah, The Exterminator, Luann 2.0, Hank's Choice, It's Not Easy Being Green, The Trouble with Gribbles, Hank's Backstory, Kidney Boy and Hamster Girl Love Story. So that concludes episodes for season 5. Season 6 episodes we have is Bobby Goes Nuts, Soldier of Misfortune, Loop's Revenge, The Father and Son JC, The Father of the Bribe, I Am With Cupid, Torch Song Hilogy, Joust Like a Woman, The Bluegrass Is Always Greener, The Substitute Spanish Poisoner, Unfortunate Son, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret Hill, Talking to the Streets, of Mice and Little Green Men, A Man Without a Country Club, Beer and Loathing, Fun with Jane and Jane, On My Own Private Rodeo, Sug Night, Dango Love, and Returning Japanese, which happens to be, I think, in like an hour episode or something. I'm not really sure. But that concludes season 6. Now for season 7, we have episodes such as Get Your Freak Off, The Fat and the Furious, Bad Girls, What You Gonna Do, Goodbye Normal Jeans, Dance with Dogs, The Sun's Also Roses, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I thought that was an interesting title, Full Metal Just Jacket, Pygmalion, which there's also a creepypasta I actually narrated of that, not too long ago. You guys can watch it if you want. Megalodale, Boxing Luann, Vision Quest, Queasy Rider, Board Games, An Officer and a Gentle Boy, The Miseducation of Bobby Hill, The Good Buck, I Never Promised You an Organic Garden, True to Be Your Fool, Racist Dog, Night and Detty, Made in Ireland, and The Witches of East Ireland. So that concludes season 7. So episodes for season 8 are Patch Baumharder, Reborn to Be Wild, New Cowboy on the Block, The Incredible Hulk, Flirting with the Master, After the Mold Rush, Living on Reeds, Vitamin C and Propane, Rich Hank, Poor Hank, Sil, See Near East, Paz, King of the Hill, That's What She Said, My Hair Lady, Pish and Wildlife, Cheer Factor, Dale Not to Be Proud, Apres Hank Deleuze, Dale Tech, How I Learned to Stop Worrying About the Love Amio, Girl You Gotta Be Giant Soon, Stress for Success, Hank's Back, The Unbearable Likeness of Being Hank, which I think that's like pretty something. I think it's just 2 episode titles. The Redneck on Rainy Street, The Talking Shop. So that concludes for season 8. Episodes for season 9 include A Rover Runs Through It, Miss Wakefield, Death Buys a Timeshare, Yard She Blows, Dale to the Chief, The Petroid Act, The Incalculable Differences, Mutual of Obama, Clear Tyke Care of Business, Arlen City Bomber, Red Corn Gambles with His Future, Smoking with the Bandit, Gone with the Windstorm, Bobby on the Track, and It Ain't Over Till the Fat Neighbor Sings. So that's season 9. So the episodes for season 10, which includes Hank's Haunt Board by Stan Mee, Bill's House, Harlow Town, Portrait of the Artist as Young as a Client. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I just hiccuped. Orange, You Said I Did Say Banana. You Gotta Believe in Moderation. Business is Picking Up. The Years Washing Dangerously. Hank Fixes Everything. Church Hopping. 24-Hour Propane People. The Texas Panhandler. Hank's Bully. And Edumaking Lucky. So that's season 10. Now for season 11, we have the Peggy Horror Show, which is kind of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but, King of the Hill style. Spurton Punt, Blood and Sauce, Luann Gets Lucky, Hank Gets Dusted, Glenn Peggy Glenn Ross, The Passion of Dutroviv, Grand Theft Ireland, another title parody of Grand Theft Auto, Peggy's Gone to Pots, Hair Day Gone Tomorrow, Bill Bulk and the Body Buddies, Lucky's Wedding Suit, so that includes season 11. So season 12, we have Suit Smells of Access, Bobby's Ray, The Powder Puff Boys, kind of another parody of Powerpuff Girls, like the title spoof of it, sort of speak. 4-Wave Intersection, Def Picks Cotton, Raise the Stakes, Tears of Inflatable Clown, The Men Who Knew Too Much, Dreamweaver, Doggone Crazy, Transfacism, Untitled Blake Chormek Project, The Accidental Terrorist, Lady and the Gentrification. I do apologize if I'm not pronouncing some of the words for the titles right, because I have not watched King of the Hill in so long. I think the last time I watched it was maybe, 5-6 years ago maybe. So I'm going to have to rewatch more King of the Hill so I get the better understanding. So we also have Behind Closed Doors, Pour Some Sugar and Con, 6 Characters in Search of a House, The Courtship of Joseph's Father, Strangeness on a Train, Cops and Robert, It Came from the Garage, Life, A Loser's Manual. So now we also have the final season of King of the Hill, aka season 13 we have, because that concludes season 12. Now on with the final season, which includes That Village Shock, Earthly Girls Are Easy, Square-Footed Monster, Lost in My Space, No Bobby Left Behind, A Bill Full of Dollars, Straight and as an Arrow, Lucky See, Monkey Do, What Happens in the National Propane Gas Station Convention in Memphis Stays at the National Propane Gas Convention in Memphis. That was a long title, I'm not going to lie. Master of Puppets, Bomb My Nose, Uncool Customer, Nancy Does Dallas, Born Again on the 4th of July, Serves Me Right for giving General George S. Patton a bathroom key, Bad News Bill, Manager Babystein, Uh-Oh, Canada, The Boy Can't Help It, The Honeymooners, Bill Gavers Moss, When Joseph Met Lori and Made Out with Her in the Janitor's Closet, Just Another Manic Conde, and then the final episode of King of the Hill, which is To Storyline with Love. So that's basically the TV show for King of the Hill. Now, this series, it's a pretty good one especially made for something like in the 90s, and it continued on for the next 12, 13 years until they decided, you know what, they've been going on for so long, it's time to, end the show. But, I mean, I really don't know if they'll actually maybe, make, like, I don't know. There is a possibility they could do a reboot of it or something, but I don't even know if the reboot would be any good. But I don't think it would be, necessary for a reboot of this show. But, I mean, it would have been, somewhat interesting if, King of the Hill had, like, another series or, like, another season or something. I honestly do think King of the Hill, honestly, does have really good episodes. I mean, there are some episodes that were not that great, some episodes that were good, some of them were quite silly and all that. But the humor of it is flat out amazing. It's funny, too, because I know they kind of have... It's kind of similar to, like, how Family Guy, when they do with their humor, but But the thing about King of the Hill humor there, it sometimes does joke about, NSFW jokes, which, of course, that's been done a lot in these sitcom comedies. But it doesn't really go as far as how South Park does it. Like, the way South Park does, offensive humor in that. I mean, I think there was some offensive humor in King of the Hill. I don't really remember, but from what I remember, I believe there was a couple offensive humor in it, which I did not find that funny. But like I said, it's kind of like almost akin to, other sitcoms like American Dad and all that. But like I said, that's just what I think personally. Now, if in my personal eyes, I recommend watching King of the Hill. If you haven't, you will not be disappointed. It's that good. I personally recommend you check it out. And for those who want to know more about King of the Hill, I would recommend watching it. There is clips of the episodes of it on YouTube, so you guys can watch it. I believe there's also DVDs. You can buy them just so you can watch them and stuff. But simply what I'm going to say is, if you like King of the Hill, I recommend you check out this series if you haven't. So, anyways, with that being said, with that being the case, what do you guys personally think of King of the Hill? Do you like it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally help make this series a lot better. Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload. So that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out. And god dang it, Bobby.